Hey Sagittarius, I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here's your monthly forecast for the month of February 2018. Now, before I get started, I just had two announcements that I wanted to share with you all. First of all, I'm doing a webinar this month on February 10th at 3 p.m. Mountain Time on the solar eclipse coming up in Aquarius. Okay, there I'm going to talk about what's going on at the solar eclipse, how to better manage the solar eclipse coming in, as well as the lunar eclipse we just had and some general trends going on in the month of February. If you are interested in that or have any questions you would like to ask me, please sign up and join. There is a link down below in my description box. Please click that to make sure that you are on the list to make it to my webinar. I personally see February as the month to dream your wildest dreams and to actually make them happen. So we're going to be talking a lot about that, about what your dreams are and about how to move forward on them, okay? So that's coming in there. I hope to see all of you there. Now, the second thing I wanted to talk to you about is right here. I finally finished my 2018 astrological planner. I know it's a little late. I know it's February coming in, but I figured better late than never to get it out there. Okay, if you are interested, please also check out the link down below in my description box for more information. Okay, the first few pages, of course, are reference materials if you want to know how to read a chart or some things in the calendar. The rest of it is, of course, the calendar itself for each month with a list of the transits, the major transits for each day on it. Okay, I also do have pages in the book that are filled with discussion questions based on the astrology, based on the major transits of the month for you to then answer, to reflect on your life. So if you're interested in some spiritual and soulful introspection and reflection, this could be for you. I also do have a full moon and a new moon report for every full moon and new moon of the year in here as well. So hopefully you'll find that of interest and very useful to you too. But I'm super excited that this is out and I'm excited to share it with you all. Okay, so if you're interested, just go ahead, click the buttons down below in the description box and let me know what you think. Now to go ahead and to get started with your horoscope, Sagittarius. Now what's going on for you is at actually the very end of last month, January 31st, there was a lunar eclipse, okay? And that for you, Sagittarius, was right here in Leo in your 9th house. Of something new and different that you have not done before. Maybe there's some kind of new project you've been working on doing. You're always, Sagittarius, you're always doing something new you have not done before. Traveling, adventuring, you know, all that kind of stuff. Maybe there's some kind of new thing that you're doing, and I think the very, very end of last month into this month, you are getting more answers on that, on where to go next with this new project that you're working on. Is it sustainable for you? Is it not? And if it is what you're really meant to do, I think getting a lot of answers and a lot of clarity on how you can take this new thing to the next level, okay, being really, really good for you coming in, okay. The reason why I think that this new thing though is so important for you to work out, to understand better, and to get clarity on where it's going next for you is so that you can more fully step into right here, Aquarius, where the solar eclipse is going to be in your 3rd house of talk and of communication, okay. You've got some new stuff you've been working on, which I just mentioned, but it's not so that it can stay new. It's not so that you can just keep forever exploring ideas eternally, even though I know my Sagittarius like to do that, but it's so that you can pick 1 or 2 things, projects that you've been working on here, and make them more familiar and explore them more and communicate about them more in some way. And I think you're trying to figure out here the beginning of this month here, how you can take some new thing, get more clarity on it, end it or complete it so that you can communicate more about it and make it more familiar, okay? So that's what I see going on there. Now, as you're trying to get more clarity on some new projects or things that you're working on in some way at the beginning of the month, I also think there's a lot of mental activity happening. Not only is that because we have all of these planets here in your 3rd house, including Mercury, but we also have Mercury at the beginning of the month making a sextile over here to Mars in your 1st. So I think as you're doing some new projects here, you're doing a lot of thinking about who you are and about what you want and about what's important to you, and about how you can make more of this familiar, communicate more with people that are around you about some projects that you're doing. And I think all of this communication, of course, is helping you to get more clarity on who you are and what you want and on where you are going next in life. with this new project, okay? Could be a little bit uncomfortable coming in because all of these planets here in your 3rd are going to square Jupiter, okay, which is in your 12th of your insides and of your spirituality. Okay, so as you're communicating and thinking here about your life and about who you are, and trying to communicate better with other people about some projects you're going on with you, maybe it's a little bit uncomfortable here with the square to Jupiter. Maybe communicating about what's going on with you, you know, you're not used to it. Maybe having to make some of these new projects more familiar is also a little bit weird for you too. And I think really having to overcome the uncomfortable feelings and overcome your old way of doing things too, so that you can start to communicate more openly about what's going on with you, about who you are, and about what you need, okay, so that you can move forward doing some new things in a better way for you that's more familiar, okay? So that's what I think is going on there. If you can push past those uncomfortable feelings though, I also see opportunity coming in other areas as well. That's because in addition to Aquarius making a sextile over here to Mars, we also do have Aquarius making a sextile right here to Uranus, which is going to be on your 5th house of happiness. So I see any communicating you can do about life and anything you can do to take these new projects that you're working on and make them familiar, really helping you here to be the person you want to be, to make some big progress on you and who you are, and to be happier. But you just needing to get over the fact that it's uncomfortable and to communicate more openly about what it is that's going on with you so you can move forward, okay? Being a huge thing. All right, then at the eclipse on February 15th, I see after you've been communicating a lot about your options, considering your options, you fully stepping into, I want to say, a new reality almost. You fully stepping into a new environment, you know, doing things in a different way, making things more familiar to you in your life, okay? Coming in the middle of the month after you've been considering your options and thinking about how things are going to go towards the beginning, all right? Then after you really commit to doing some new thing and to making it familiar in a way that works for you and can make you happy, the focus then comes right here to where Neptune is in Pisces in your 4th house of home and a family. I think the focus then comes, okay, now that you've decided on a project and are making it familiar and doing a lot of talking about it here, how can you begin to feel more emotionally comfortable with what's going on, work better with home and family, and really begin to build a foundation in your life that can support some new thing that you're doing and can help you to build on it in a way that's solid, stable, and secure as you move forward, okay? So that's what I see happening there. With Neptune involved, it could be a little bit confusing here about how you can feel more comfortable with the stuff you're working on and about how you can build something on it that's stable and secure. But I think just needing to be patient with that, intuitive and imaginative and creative, and you'll be fine here creating, building more of that stability into your life that you want. I also see another thing that's being really good for you is that if you can focus on your home life, on being more emotionally secure and comfortable with everything that's happened and really building a solid foundation in on your life, I think it's also going to help you here where Saturn is, okay, because we do have Neptune, we do have Pisces making a sextile over here to Capricorn. It's going to help you here with money and to feel more confident with life and to feel like your financial needs are more taken care of, okay? But you may not have the opportunity to get more of that money that you need and to feel more confident if you don't first decide on a thing that you're doing, decide on a new project, stick with it, and really start to make it comfortable and build on it, all right? So I see that coming in. It could be a little bit comfortable to start building on this thing to get more money because maybe you feel like it's not you exactly. Maybe you feel like you then have to maybe make some adjustments here in order to focus now on home, in order to focus now on staying the course to create something that it is that you want. That could be a little hard, especially with Pisces and a square with Mars. But I think if you can learn how to be comfortable and to adjust your perspective here to build on something and to bring more of that security and comfort emotionally into your life, it really is going to help you be the person that you ultimately want to be, doing something new and exciting and just having a life working on some projects that really get you, okay? But maybe needing to make the adjustments here with who you are on the inside so that you really can, yeah, just have the life that you want and begin to build something that can actually last and won't fall away the minute something else comes along, okay? Then after that, After all of that goes on, at the very beginning of next month, March 1st, there is a full moon happening in Virgo in your 10th house of your career coming in. Oh, I messed that up. There is a full moon coming in here in your 10th house of career, saying once you've decided on some new thing that you're going to do and you're making it more familiar. Could also be, you know, just popped in my head, maybe you traveled to a new place and having to make this new place more familiar. Okay, maybe you have to commit, maybe after you commit to making some new thing familiar here, then you have to maybe end some life direction or some career that you thought in favor of another. Okay, and maybe you have to think about where your life is going differently and about where your career is going differently, so that you can start to feel more emotionally secure and comfortable and stable with everything that has happened. All right, so that's what I've got for you, Sagittarius. Now your card for the month is the 9. It's the 9 of Wands upright. This to me is a card of you're so close to completing something here, completing some project, doing something you want to do, especially after the 2.5-year tour of Saturn and Sagittarius here. I think the message is, don't be afraid. Don't be scared that you're going to lose it. Like, you're in a good spot. You've been working so hard and you're where you need to be from all of your hard work, okay? Just remain persistent, persevere through any hardships that may come up, and you're gonna be fine, okay? I normally see this spot when people are worried when they should not be worried. You're better than you think you are. But I also think this card says just because you're in a good spot doesn't mean to give up. Doesn't mean to just hang out. Keep the course, stay on top of things here, but don't worry so much about whether or not you're where you need to be. You've been working hard, and I think you're going to start to see it paying off here, as long as you don't drop the ball or lose yourself in worry and doubt, okay? So that's what I've got for you, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.